today, we have something, normally, you guys are sitting there looking at this problem that I put on the board and you're going, oh, that's easy.
It's not.
Well, the thing is today's work isn't quite as hard as what we have been doing. It's still a little bit that you're gonna have to do. It's not super easy, but it's not super hard, okay? Just so you know, you're right in the middle. What we are doing today is order of operations, okay? And with this, there are things that you have to know, okay? There is a order to how you do the problems, okay? You don't just start on one side and work your way across. When there are different operations in there, when you have addition, when you have subtraction, multiplication, and division in it, there are different things that take precedence over others. Like in here, if I said the girls always will go first, that means if you're a boy, you're up in the front of the line, what's going to happen? You're going to let the girl go first. Okay? In this, it's similar to that. Okay? Now, in the order of operations, there is an order for things. Now, this is the order of things that are done. Okay? First thing is going to be anything that's in brackets or parentheses. These are parentheses. Brackets are these. If you had, instead of these parentheses, if you had brackets. Yeah. But what happens is when we have those, they are outside of parentheses.
Did it change the answer at all?
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
You're going to get a different answer. Because if you were to do this, you would get 18 plus 4 is 22 times 10 is 220 plus 2 is 222. We're going to find out if you get 222 from this.
No, okay. No.
Now, you can have brackets that would go outside the parentheses. So brackets are always done first, then parentheses, then any powers of 10. You're going to correct any powers of 10 and break it down, put it into regular language. So if you have 10 to the second, you're going to make it 100. Everyone understand that? Okay? Then is multiplication and division. And just like if I'm sitting here reading a page in a book, when you read, you start from left and you go to right. Correct? When you read straight across. You go to the next line, you read across. Next line, read across. Well, with multiplication and division, you go straight across. And I'll go over another problem that will have multiplication in it, and I'll have addition, and I'll show you. And no parentheses or brackets. Okay? The last thing that you do is any addition and subtraction that's left. Okay? there's an order to things. And if you don't follow that order, you're not gonna get the right answers, okay? Now, this is the first problem that I wanna do, showing just parentheses. And it also has multiplication in it. But the parentheses come before you do multiplication and division. So what's in parentheses, you get this, that's 22, okay? And then if I take this, I get 12, correct? Now I have to multiply them.
That's pretty easy.
So I'll end up with 264. What did I end up with if I didn't do any of these?
224?
222,
222.
okay? 222. The actual answer is 264. Okay? So you are gonna get, it's looking for a specific answer. And tomorrow, when I read off the answers for you, if you get the wrong answer, you can sit and say, well, I did this, all the way straight across. But did you do what was in the parentheses first? Did you do all the multiplication and division before you did the addition and subtraction? Okay? There's things that you're supposed to do. Yes?
Do we have to write down the equation like that?
Yes, you are. Now we got a tough problem. What are you supposed to do first? Jackson?
You add the 49 plus the 21.
Why? You're correct. Why?
So you get that answer first and then you can divide it out.
Why? Kellen, help him.
It's in parentheses.
It's in parentheses and it's inside the brackets. And you have to do parentheses and brackets first. So, add this, you end up with 70.
Yeah.
Now I'm down to where I gotta divide it by 7.
Okay.
Now what?
Now you times it by 8.
By 8? Now what?
You subtract it by 13.
And you get, is your answer. Was any of that hard?
No.
No. This work is not hard. It's not like your division where you're dividing, you know, a 2-digit number into a 5-digit number. Okay? But what it is it's making sure that you do things in the proper order. Okay? As long as you do things in the proper order, you're gonna get the right answer. Okay? Um, Sasha, take us through it.
So the first thing you do is times 5 times 4 is 20. Then 16 times
2.
2 is gonna be 32.
I'll help you.
And then you add those.
You do? Because now your problem is that.
Oh, 32 divided by 4
Why?
because it's the next step. And it says multiplication plus division.
Comes before
Divided itself.
before addition and subtraction. So, I do this problem, and I get 8, right? So now I have 20 plus 8 minus 6.
22.
Huh?
22.
What do I do? Walk me through what I do. You're getting the right answer. How did you do it?
You subtract, and you add 20 plus 8, and it's 28, and then you subtract 6, and you get 22.
Yes. And what I'm looking at is making sure you're going from left to right, just like you would read a book, left to right, okay? Up here, you went left to right. First thing you ran into, whoops, there's a division in there. Division comes before addition and subtraction. And up here, you were about to start adding these until you saw the division, okay? Does everyone see that? She already did what was in the parentheses and got her answers for the parentheses, but then there's a division problem in there. First thing comes, division comes first. Okay? It's like if you got a special credit card to J.C. Penney, and you go to J.C. Penney's, and you stand, and today, they only allow so many people in stores. So you go to J.C. Penney and you say, I've got my special credit card. And I'm sorry, Evan and Josh and Joseph don't have a special credit card. They're just going to go in and go shopping. But I got a special card. I go to the front of the line. I get to cut you because I have the special card. Okay? And no. And the thing is here, you have multiplication and division have that special card to where they get to be taken care of before addition and subtraction do. Okay? Does everyone understand that? Okay? Make sure that you look at it and go through in proper order what you're supposed to do. Kellen?
First you do 8 divided by 4, which is 2. And then you add 8 plus 2,
sure. This is really tough stuff, isn't it?
No,
That,
depending on who you.
that was number one.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, it's pretty, once you understand everything, it is pretty easy. Okay? I'm gonna give you one that's a special one on there, that you guys are gonna ask questions about.
Is it hard?
Yeah, sort of,
Oh.
You promised us they weren't hard.
but you're gonna see that it's easy.
Oh.
What?
It's fractions, I think. I can do that.
Now, in this problem, what's the first thing you do, Adam?
You do, let's see. You do 18 minus 9. As it says up there. Goes 9. Which is 9 third, 9, this is a third. And then you do,
No,
no, you want to.
look at the board over here.
Oh, the parentheses first, sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't see the parentheses.
no, go ahead.
1 plus 2 plus 3.
So now I got 18 minus 9, 3 times 3.
And then you do, the 18 minus 9.
Which is,
9. And then 9 thirds is 3 wholes. Then you do 3 times 3, which equals 9.
now, in this here is what kind of a problem? It's a fraction, but what are fractions?
Division?
They're a division problem. Because once you put these two together, you got 9 over 3, which is actually a division problem. You're dividing the bottom into the top. 3 goes into 9 3 times. So you end up with 3. 3 times 3 is 9. This is not that hard of a problem, but if you don't do it in the right order, you're going to get something else other than 9. Okay? The one thing I had to correct him on was what? The parentheses. And I'm glad you made the mistake so that you now see. Look over, this is one where you are going to look at you're going to look at the whole problem. And you're going to go at it with a plan. First, brackets and parentheses. Do I see any? Yes, I do. Do those first. Doesn't matter if they're add, subtract, multiply, divide inside of it. Do those first. Okay? Second part of the plan. I don't see any today that you are going to have, well, there's one. With a power, number 3 has a power of 10 in it. So first you do whatever is in parentheses, if there are any. If there isn't, you skip over. Next thing you do is you simplify your power of 10. And in this one, number 3 has 10 to the second power. So it's 100. Okay? Then you move and you do multiplication and division. Then the last thing is addition and subtraction. It doesn't matter if the division problem is at the very end of the sentence or the multiplication problem. You do those before you do any addition and subtraction. Okay? Do them in the proper order. Each problem, look at it. Parentheses, brackets, no. Powers of 10, yes, do that. Multiplication and division, do that. Then do the addition and subtraction. Okay? Is this that hard? No. It's not. As long as you sit and take your time, go through and do it in the proper order. That's why they call it order of operations. Okay? Today, you are doing pages 88 and 89. You're doing 1 to 25. Okay?